Knicks family, what's popping? Let's see if we can rebound. See if we can start a new winning streak. Let's go. What's poppin', Knicks family? Here we go. The New York Knicks on back-to-back nights. Played Detroit last night. Now we're in Philadelphia. And this is going to be a tough game tonight. We already know that. It's going to be a tough game. You got Joel Embiid. You got Ben Simmons. You got Jimmy Butler. The Philadelphia 76ers believe that, they are a team that can contend for the East, possibly contend for the title. And they're souping up this year. They're still a young team, but, they're looking to push. And this is going to be, I really would have liked to have won that game last night, coming to the 76ers arena on a 4-game win streak and test ourselves. But it's going to be a good test nonetheless, because the Sixers are going to, they're definitely going to challenge us. And I'm just hoping that we can come out and challenge them. I'm hoping that we can come out and, make it a battle versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Let's talk team comparison, because the game starts at 7 o'clock. The game is on tonight. The game is going to be on NBA TV. So if you got NBA TV, make sure you log on to NBA TV and check it out. If you got League Pass, you might be out of choice. You might be out of luck. Right? If you're not in the New York area, you got the League Pass, you may be out of luck because the game is on NBA TV. If you don't have NBA TV. But anyway, let's get into a team comparison and talk about this game a little bit. All right, and see what's going on. The Knicks, Philadelphia, 7 p.m. tonight on NBA TV, and let's take a look at it. The Knicks are 7-15. The Philadelphia 76ers are 14-8. The Knicks score 108.6 points per game. Philadelphia 76ers 114.1. And actually, in the last 10 games, they're scoring a little bit better than that, especially with the addition of Jimmy Butler. Field goal percentage, the Knicks score 43.8%. They shoot 43.8% per game. Philadelphia 76ers 45.9%. The Knicks shoot it 33.6% from the three. Philadelphia 34.9%. The Knicks are at a league low 18.8 assists per game. Philadelphia is 26.3. The Knicks turn the ball over only 14.6 times per game. The 76ers 16.1. The Knicks defensive rating is towards the bottom of the league at 111.4. Philadelphia is kind of in the middle, 108.8. 76ers rebound the ball pretty well, 47.6. The Knicks are at 46. No slouches ourselves. Steals. The Knicks get 7.3 steals per game. Philadelphia 6.7. The Knicks get 5.4 blocks, and the 76ers 5.5 blocks per game. But these aren't the stories. These aren't the numbers that are going to concern us. We all know this. What concerns us are the matchups, because we have some matchups tonight that definitely do not favor the New York Knicks. Because this is Philadelphia 76ers, and they got some talent over there. Okay. Starting lineups for tonight, at least projected starting lineups. I haven't heard of any other changes as of right now. Emmanuel Mudiay. For the Knicks, Emmanuel Mudiay, Tim Hardaway Jr., Mario Hezonja, Noah Vonleh, and Enes Kanter. Philadelphia 76ers. Starting lineups. Ben Simmons, J.J. Redick, Jimmy Butler, Wilson Chandler, Joel Embiid. That's a tough starting lineup. Really tough starting lineup. You got guys that can score from all over the floor. Tim Hardaway We're going to need him to play some defense on J.J. Redick. J.J. Redick is a smart, savvy vet who can knock down a three. A smart, savvy vet that knows how to get into the paint, just knows how to play the game of basketball, and he's a decent defender as well. A heady, smart, heady player. J.J. Redick, that is. Noah Vonleh versus Wilson Chandler, another guy that can play some defense, smart basketball player, plays his role, knows his game. That's in Wilson Chandler. We got somebody who just joined the video chat. Let's check this out, see who this is. Got my man Guermo in the video chat. And then, of course, you got Emmanuel Mudiay going up against Ben Simmons. Mario Hezonja's got to deal with Jimmy Butler. And Enes Kanter has got to deal with Joel Embiid. And these definitely are tough matchups for the New York Knicks. Let's talk to my man Guermo. Guermo, there we go. What's popping, man? What's going on with you?
What's good? Yo, I apologize yesterday, man. I saw in the video I spoke over you. I apologize, man.
It's cool, man. It happens. I know it happens.
This game, man, I want to see Fizdale do some smart things, man. This is a game where you got a lot of guys that can't shoot. They gave up Saric. Redick is, whatever. They don't have the shooters like that. And I want to see some smart defense. Give them space. Give them space. And there's no need for us to be playing these guys for the drive. Butler can drive. He's not a great shooter. Simmons, come on. Let's be serious.
Simmons I don't think Simmons has attempted a three-pointed shot this year. He's shooting 0% from three, so I don't think he's attempted a shot yet. I'm not sure. I have to look a little bit deeper, but I know he's shooting 0% from three. Yeah. So either he hasn't attempted or he hasn't hit.
Sim, this is a game that we should win, man. They do have more talent than us, but they literally don't have a talent that should be able to space out the floor against us, Sim. This should not be a tough game. And I'm not saying that to say we're better than them, but come on, son.
Now, maybe J.J. Redick can space out the floor.
Right, but what is he shooting? I knew he was struggling a few games, but I don't know his stats, so let me not speak like I know what he's shooting.
Sure. I'm going to check it out right now, see what J.J. Redick is shooting right now from the field. We know Ben Simmons is going to, Wilson Chandler can space the floor a little bit. I mean, he's not a great shooter, but he can hit it. Right,
he's a consummate player.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, just a steady player that, I like Wilson Chandler.
Dude, man, I love Wilson Chandler. Do you remember when he first came from, what was it, DePaul? I think it was. And he couldn't shoot. Like, his shooting form was like he would contort his body, and he developed into like a close to 40% three-point shooter. Yeah, I love Wilson Chandler, man. But
yeah, man,
Carmelo.
Yeah. I always wanted Wilson Chandler to come back. I really
same here, man. Off the bench, good dude, good professional, could play. Like he's like Carl Covington before Carl Covington.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Exactly. And J.J. Redick right now is shooting 43.3% from the field, 35.3% from three. And his career stats about 45% from the field and 41% from three. So he's a little bit down this season. Although he's averaging 18.1 points per game.
But this is a guy who can't create a shot. Like, not say we should have trouble with him, but he should be fairly, I don't want to say easy. I'm not going to say easy, but he should be predictable, right? You know how he likes it. He likes to play off the ball. He likes those screens. Like, it shouldn't, I'm not saying it should be easy, but this should be a game that Simmons or what's his guy's name? Embiid should have a monster game against us. This shouldn't be a game where we got to wait till what's that point guard? TJ McConnell hits a last-second shot again like he did a few games ago.
Right, but with J.J. Redick, we got Tim Hardaway Jr. guarding J.J. Redick most likely. So that could be, not that physically Tim Hardaway Jr. has the tools. It's upstairs, right? It's upstairs.
It's a lot of upstairs for this team, man. But this is a team we also need to be aggressive because I think Embiid is a guy that you can take him out of his game, man. And he's not like the most emotional or something like that, but sometimes he gets a little too big for his bridges and he just starts to mess up, man. Like he got dominated. I don't say he got dominated, but he got defended well by who's this bum center from the Celtics?
Baines.
Baines. His name is. like Baines had a few stops on him in the playoffs. So Embiid is stoppable, man. Like we could do this, man.
I get concerned, with Joel Embiid, of course, and Cantor is going to start off on Joel Embiid, but if Mitch Robinson meets up against Joel Embiid, I don't see that going well. We'll see what Fizz does there, right?
But you also know that Embiid likes to shoot threes too, man. So I would say Embiid is also a smart player. So Embiid might just play all down low this game and just bully Mitchell when he's in it. And Enes Kanter, because Enes is not that great defensively. So
yeah, and of course he's one of my key matchups. And since we're talking about Joel Embiid, let's look at that matchup. Joel Embiid versus Enes Kanter. Right, Joel Embiid is averaging 28 points per game, 13.3 rebounds per game, and 3.5 assists per game. And he shoots 31.6% from the three. Not great, but it's not horrible. He can hit it. Kanter, on the other hand, he shoots 53% from the field. Most of his shots are inside.
Right.
Embiid shoots, he'll shoot the three. He's a consistent three-point shooter, so his field goal percentage is a little lower. Kanter is averaging 15 points per game, 12 rebounds a game, 2.2 assists. Kanter, while he doesn't really attempt that many threes, he shoots it from what he has attempted. He shoots it at 27%.
Right, I saw him shoot that 1-3. That's what you want to actually see him make. But yes, and I mean, how do you think we should play this game, man? Because I saw the starting lineup, and I read that article from the Post about Hazonia's defense, and I was like, this is not accurate. But I don't know. I think Fizdale's trying to get Hazonia to a fast start, because this is a guy, like, let's be honest, Hazonia can hit the three. And when he's open on the curls or just open from the three-point line, he can get hot. But
yeah,
I think Fizdale has to kind of rein him in when he wants to go too much ISO and do hero ball. So how do you think we should play this team?
How do I think we should play? It's a tough team to play. I think we need to protect the paint, right? So like you said, give them space. Guys like JJ Redick that can shoot, you're going to want to play him because you don't want him to get hot. But you got Ben Simmons. Jimmy Butler is not a great shooter.
No.
Right? Jimmy Butler, well, actually, so far, I mean, this is not going to last, in my opinion.
Right.
But right now, Jimmy Butler is shooting 55% from three. He's shooting 51.5% from the field. He's averaging 20 points a game, 4.7 rebounds, 3 assists per game. We'll see if that lasts for Jimmy Butler.
Right, and he's also, I mean, he's had some miraculous game winning recently. But it's tough because, look, he's still a good defensive player. So on defense, that team, they're going to give us problems. So how do you think, at least offensively, we should play?
See, I think with Mario Hazonia, right, and I've said it before, I think because Mario's matching up against Jimmy Butler most likely. He averages 7 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, 1.1 assists. He's only shooting 37% from the field and only 26% from three. I think what we need to do with Hazonia is keep Hazonia moving, right? I mean, what's the sense of having him stand still? That's going to play to the strength of Jimmy Butler, right? Hazonia is probably not going to take him off the dribble that much. I don't even trust Hazonia doing too much off the dribble. Like he said, he can be erratic. I like to see Hazonia moving. Keep him coming off of screens, off of curls, cutting to the basket. I think that's his role with this team, being a slasher, being a mover. And then at least you get Jimmy Butler working on the defensive side of the floor. You know what I'm saying? Make him work. If you got Hazonia or whoever he's guarding, if you got him just standing in the corner or just standing around watching Tim Hardaway, Trier, whoever go one-on-one, or watching them guys get all the touches, then, you're playing right into the strengths of Jimmy Butler as far as on the defensive end. I think you need to keep Mario Hazonia moving. The 76ers, they're about middle of the pack defensively. I think I'm not ready to say that they are a highly intelligent basketball team. They got a lot of talent. If you run some offense against them and get them moving, you might be able to confuse them a little bit, score some points. They're not a team that right now they rank 26th in the league in points off of turnovers and opponents' points off turnovers, right? So when they'll turn the ball over. They average like 16 turnovers a game, right? And then they don't get the stops. So you can convert off of those turnovers. So we need to turn them over and then convert.
And mind you, this is a team last year. I think they were number 1 in defense, right? They were number 1 in defense.
They were a top defensive team, yeah.
Yeah, they were.
One of the top defensive teams.
This is what I realized that Blake Griffin did last game. That I hardly see from what the Knicks do. When a guy gets into foul trouble, right? You don't attack that guy enough. Now Blake Griffin knew that Hazonia had, I think, 3 fouls when he started doing this, and all he did was literally just clear out, ask for the ball, and just start playing bully ball with him. Which is, look, the guy has to either concede or he's going to foul me for the most part. And I don't know if the reps are going to be this tight tonight, but I want to see the Knicks do that. If you get a guy like Jimmy Butler, who, look, he's a good defender, but if you get a guy like J.J. Redick, say you get J.J. Redick in foul trouble, their offense is essentially very one-dimensional. Mm-hmm. Who's coming around the picks to shoot? Who's shooting off the ball? You have a bunch of guys that you just sit back, kind of double Embiid, kind of give space to Simmons, and you have a more of a predictable offense to work with. So I want to see something smart. Because look, what you said with the cuts and stuff, Sim, let's be honest. We don't play what we did last year when Quinn would take it from the foul line, do that McDermott cut, right, passing McDermott coming down low and stuff like that. We don't do that enough. We don't operate without big men enough on this team. So I would like to see, since we're going to play iso ball, and since we're going to have a lot of one-on-ones, I'd rather see us bully Redick and get him into foul trouble early and kind of throw the offense out of rhythm.
Yeah, we'll see. Redick will likely be guarding Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway doesn't really play in that post much. I don't even know if he has a post game. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe he does. But hey, try it and see. Tim Hardaway is bigger than Redick. He should be stronger than Redick. I don't know if he's as smart as Redick. Just put him down there and see what he does. Isaiah, hello? I know you're on the line, man.
What's poppin'? What's up, Isaiah?
Yeah, he was getting impatient. He was getting impatient. He didn't want to listen to the conversation.
He needed to get in. I can't listen to Guillermo too long.
This guy's a hater, man.
Yeah, man. No, man. Hopefully, I do agree with Guillermo said about the game, about the fouling, and hopefully we can attack J.J. Redick because pretty much in the starting lineup, that's probably going to be the weakest point of attack for us. Besides, I don't know who the power forward is. I don't know who the power forward is.
Wilson Chandler.
Wilson Chandler? Oh, yeah, he's a good defender.
Wilson Chandler. He's a decent defender.
Hopefully, that actually might be a good matchup for Kevin Knox tonight because I think he's not a big four, so I think Kevin Knox can take a little bit of advantage, even though I think Chandler's a good defender. Mm-hmm. We're going to really have problems with Embiid. Pretty much, there's no way Kansas is going to guard Embiid. And Mitchell he's not there yet. But hopefully, I think it's going to be our shooting guards that's going to take the practice. So we're going to need Zoe and Tim to play really hard tonight. I keep saying it. We got to move the ball because the Sixers actually move the ball. But it's going to be tough for us to play ISO and try to beat this team.
Yeah. We're not gonna beat them in any kind of a. If the game comes down to playing ISO, listen. If the game comes down to playing half court, we're not gonna beat them half court either. We're just outmatched in too many positions. I just like to see the team. Right. I like to see the team try to scrap the game up. Right. Make it a scrappy game. Try to force Philadelphia into turning the ball over and try to get out on the break because they don't do a good job. Like I was telling Guillermo, they're 26th in the league in allowing opponents points per turnover. Opponents points off of turnovers. Opponents average, I think, 18.6 points off of turnovers against Philadelphia, which is like 26th in the league. All right, the Knicks are like somewhere around 15th or something like that in that area. So I'm gonna try to turn them over and get out on the break. Try to turn them over and get out on the break. Rebound. They're a good rebounding team. They average like 47 rebounds a game. We're around 46, so we should be able to rebound the ball with them. Right. Offensive rebounds is always going to be, right now we're like top 5 in the league in second chance points because we miss so many shots. You know what I mean? But so for us, we've got to have guys that can rebound on the offensive side of the floor because we miss shots. So that's always going to be one of the keys to us being successful. And, a team like this, they average 26 assists a game. They obviously can run on the break. You got a guy in Ben Simmons that, can get the ball out, get the ball to people. You got, Jimmy Butler, Wilson Chandler, Joel. All of these guys can understand and know how to run the break. So, we got to watch that. We're not turning the ball over. We're not taking too many bad shots that are going to send them out on the break because we don't want to get those guys going. Joel Embiid, them guys, we don't want to get them going on the break. It's going to be this is definitely a challenging matchup because they have a pretty strong lineup that they can put out there on the floor. And then Ben Simmons.
But I'm sorry. But,
I'm saying Ben Simmons. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I was saying, what we could take advantage of that I was peeping. They don't got a good bench now. That's something we can take advantage of.
Yeah, and I want to see how we attack them. Does he put Moutier on Ben Simmons, or do you put Moutier on Redick? Maybe put Tim Hardaway on Wilson Chandler, Noah Vonleh on Ben Simmons, or something like that. I don't know. Because Emmanuel Moutier, Ben Simmons is 6'10", Moutier is 6'4", 6'5". That's of course that's a tough matchup with anyone in the league, right? So how would you attack that, Guillermo?
Vonleh and Ben Simmons?
Just the matchups. When we're talking about the matchups on the floor, if we're still starting with. If the starting lineups right now are Moutier, Hardaway, Hezonja, Vonleh, and Cantor for New York, and then for Philadelphia, Simmons, Redick, Butler, Chandler, Joel Embiid, right? Do you want Moutier matched up on Ben Simmons, or do you think Ben Simmons is going to take him down in the post? Do you want to try maybe put Moutier on Redick, Tim Hardaway on Chandler, Noah Vonleh on Ben Simmons?
I'd rather have Hardaway. Damn, this is tough. I'd rather have Hardaway on Redick because that's an easier matchup, and Redick is not a guy who can create his shot that well. Now Ben Simmons,
but them screens though, Guillermo, them screens and them, he's running around.
Understandably so, but because both him and Moutier are not great defenders, but at least Moutier tries. He's somewhat of a dumber defender, but he can give a little bit more physicality, I think, than Hardaway. And so if somebody's going to back down Moutier and Simmons going to do that, if he somehow gets into that position, that's a little bit easier. But I don't know. It's tough, man. I'd rather have Hardaway on the weaker, what's his guy, JJ Redick. And I think you said the other guy was a Hezonja and Cantor.
Yeah.
I don't like that lineup, man. I like Vonleh somewhere in there, just because Vonleh can get the blocks. He can provide a little bit more power, even if he switches off to what's his guy's name to Embiid. And he can also defend Simmons, who's 6'7", whatever. So I'd rather have.
He's only like 6'9" compared to like a 6-something compared to Embiid. I do like Noah as a defender, but. I don't know, man. Guarding Embiid, man, that's a lot.
Yeah, but then you have Cantor in there. Cantor is not a. And you talking about pick and rolls? Imagine a pick and roll with Cantor versus Cantor and Tim Hardaway. The only thing is that JJ Redick is not the greatest finisher at the rim, but he can still shoot off the shot.
So who are you having? I'm asking the YouTube chat, and I'm asking you as well. Who do you have guarding Ben Simmons?
It's got to be Moody.
It's got to be Frank. It got to be.
Well, they don't have Frank. Well, they don't like Frank, so got to wait till the second unit comes in.
Frank's not starting, so we're talking about the starting five, the starting group. Who's guarding Ben Simmons? Simmons is 6'10".
It's got to be Tim.
Timmy?
Yeah, it's got to be Tim. Oh wait, no, I say it's Moody, but my bad.
Who'd you say?
Because dude, if you're talking about backing down, you think he's not going to abuse Tim down there?
Yeah, I think he abuses both of them down there.
Right, and I think he'd abuse Moutier less, just because Moutier's a little bit bigger. He's, they're both the same size, like 6'5", but he seems a little bit more, I guess bigger, beefier, whatever you want to say. So I can see Moutier at least giving him a little bit more resistance. Like I think Tim Hardaway is just a terrible defender. Like, and I think Moody would do a better job of actually giving him space to the point where he's almost playing zone, so he can't make easier passes. Guys cut in the middle and things of that nature.
And see, that's why I was thinking you would put Noah Vonleh on Ben Simmons, because he can match up with the size, and Hardaway can match up a little better with Wilson Chandler with the size, at least, right? Because Wilson Chandler's like what, 6'8", Hardaway 6'6", and then then we would have to hope that Emmanuel Mudiay can keep up with JJ Redick running off of screens and things with JJ Redick. Then you got Hazonia that can match up with Butler, and Cantor that can match up with Joel Embiid. It's at least size wise. I'm saying it's gonna be interesting to see, how Fizdale attacks it on the defensive side.
This is weird, Sim, because our bench should be starting if you think about it. Like, this is if you talk about playing, say, Dotson and Frank, you could put in Moutier. What's this guy's name? You can actually put in Moutier. You could put in Moutier, Dotson, Frank. Obviously, he's not going to do it, but Moutier, Dotson, Frank, and then have Vonleh and even Cantor, right? You have a good mix of your offense and Cantor, Dotson, and then even Moutier. Moutier is actually looking good on offense, and then you have your defense. And I think this is a team, like you said, this is a team that can't stop guys from converting, and they don't convert well on their steals, like you said, as well. So this is a team that you can come out and get a nice big lead by making a lot of good defensive stops. But this guy, we'll see how this goes. Like 0.5 in the chat says, he was thinking about Vonleh, but he thinks Simmons might go right around Vonleh. It could be. Vonleh seems to be a decent defender. It's either he go around Vonleh or he post up Moutier and or whoever. It's gonna be tough. Interested to see how it goes, and I wouldn't be surprised because Frank is a little taller. I mean, he's still only 6'6". He's still Ben Simmons would still be able to put Frank in the post. You know what I mean? So that's going to be interesting. I mean, and that's the dilemma that everyone has guarding Ben Simmons. So it's not just the Knicks. Well, then a Sim, they don't allow him to, right? So if you have a guy like, look, Redick and Wilson Chandler could shoot, but this is a team where if you get Simmons in a corner with an angle, just double team him, come off until he stops shooting, dribbling the ball, then back off. But we don't have a smart enough defense to do that. But literally, you just stop his dribble, and then once he kind of has to reset, then you just keep resetting the guys, rotating around. Things like that. Because they don't have shooters outside of JJ Redick that, if Simmons gets stuck, he makes a cross-country pass to say, Butler. Butler's not going to he's not going to hit that three with, any proficiency.
Okay. And CP, the artist, says you can't put Vonleh and Simmons, you got to put Moutier, period. Okay? We'll see how this goes down. My keys to the game. One is we got to bring the intensity back. I felt like in the Detroit game, I felt like we had low intensity. Maybe it was the building because there were no fans there. There were no people there. There was just low energy in the whole game. And maybe it's because there were so many foul calls from the referees. Right. But, let's come out with bring that intensity back. Like I mentioned earlier, the 76ers average, they allow opponents to score 18.6 points off of turnovers, right? So let's capitalize on their turnovers. They give up 16 turnovers a game. I mean, it's not high, but if we capitalize, we can get some easy buckets there, and then let's play efficient because we don't want to get them guys out on the break. I think we got to find a way to make Butler, Embiid, and Simmons work on the defensive end of the floor. Like we were saying with Mario Hazonia, keep him running off screens, slashing to the basket. Let's not let Butler stand still so he has a lot of energy to play defense in the fourth quarter. Same with Embiid. I mean, I think Embiid will work with Cantor because Cantor's, going to give him a challenge in the post. And then Ben Simmons, how do we make Ben Simmons work on the defensive side? We're going to need Moutier or whoever is this could be a game that Trey Burke doesn't play much unless he's guarding, unless he's going to guard JJ Redick. We'll see. But, we're going to need to go at Ben Simmons, try to, penetrate on Ben Simmons if we can. I think we need to go at him, make him work on the defensive side of the floor. Even though he's tall and long and he can still move his feet, I think we got to go at him. We need to play defense and rebound. You know what I mean? These guys, they average 26 assists a game, so they do a good job moving the ball, getting the ball into, their spots where they want the ball. So we got to play good defense, play defense for 24 seconds if necessary, and then rebound. Right? Let's not give them second chance points. And then keep them out the paint. The Knicks right now, we give up 51 points per game in the paint. That's 26th in the league. 51 points per game in the paint. And that just comes because teams screen and roll us. Guards are penetrating into the paint like we seen against Detroit last night. We got to find a way to keep guys out the paint and stop letting them score in that paint, man, because it's killing us. It's killing us, but on the other hand, if we can penetrate, Philadelphia also gives up 49.5 points per game in the paint, right? That's good for 21st in the league. So they're down towards the bottom and giving up points in the paint as well. So on the other hand, if we can get into the lane, maybe we can score some points in the paint. So that's what I got. The keys to the game. We'll be watching those, and I'll be back at halftime, ladies and gentlemen, to talk about the game. I seen someone ask, was I going to call the game? I'm not going to call the game. I'm just going to be back at halftime and talk about what we see, and then I'll be back for the post game. So, Wormo, prediction? You got a prediction?
I say close game. I don't know if we're gonna win or not, but I think if we win, Sim, it'll be a good sign because it shows that we can recover fairly quickly from a pretty bad game. So
exactly.
I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah, Isaiah, what do you think?
Like Gilmore said, it's gonna be a really tough game. If we can grind. If we can do a grind fest, I think we can definitely make it close. I don't know if we're gonna win or lose, but if I'm always optimistic, so I'm gonna say 110-106 Knicks.
Okay, and I think that's what I was saying earlier. We need to turn this into a grind fest, and if we can do that, we can turn this into a grind out type of game. Then I think we have a chance if we can turn it into a grind out type of game. So let's see what we do. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do it. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think we drop this one. Of course, I'm hoping for a win, but I think we drop it in a tight game. Well, we'll come back and we'll talk about it at halftime, fellas. All right. I'll see you guys in about an hour.
Hey, can I say one thing, man?
Yep, go for it.
Say something stupid.
I started binge watching Scandal. This show is really good. Everybody watch Scandal, man. This show is really good, guys.
I'm out. Peace.
My lady got me.